Hello people, welcome back to the next part of my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIII-2. I just remembered that I got these new weapons from the shop last playthrough and didn't equip them, so that's me just doing that now. So just between this video and the last video, I went and did a little bit of monster capturing around in New Bodom, so got some of these creatures are from New Bodom. I will be running around here for a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna do. What's Sarah gonna say?
What just happened?
Looks like we're getting overlap from another reality. Atlas has disappeared into another world or another time, I guess.
Hey, excuse me. So, I can't remember what I was talking about before that happened. But yeah, I'm going to be running around this area grinding for more things to capture. And also, hopefully going to be getting some items that I can use to upgrade the monsters, level them up, and then I can show you how to level them up. Speaking of which, I'm about to... I also upgraded Noel and Sarah's Crystarium, because they're about to upgrade to the next level of Crystarium. So I'll just show you what happens when you get to another level, another Crystarium level. So let's move this on with Commando for Noel. His Commando bonus. Crystarium expanded. So with every Crystarium expansion, you can choose from certain bonuses. So Calm bonus boost just boosts strength and stuff for the Commando roll, and same for the Ravager roll, increases magic. You can increase the ATB gauge, so that means they get 4 actions in a build up to when they're fighting. Unlock the Synergist roll. That's the role where you can buff your characters up with bonuses like extra higher defense, protect and shell and the like. Increase accessory capacity by 20. That means you can have like 20 more points of accessories. So for this one, I think I'm going to... I don't really need the Synergist roll just yet, so I'm going to increase the ATB gauge for Noel. And let's start by getting these... getting some of this latest... taking advantage of some of this expansion. And Scourge. And Commando bonus, and that's all I can do for just now. So with Sarah, put her on Ravager. There you go, she learns, she gets her Ravager bonus. Now for this one, for Sarah, I think I'm gonna unlock the Saboteur role for her. Now, one thing I want to show you about this particularly interesting thing about the Saboteur role, and it's also with the Synergist role. You know how with big nodes you can increase either hit point, strength, or magic. With Saboteur and Synergist. Hold on, I've screen captured a little description of this. I'm just getting it up on my phone so I can explain it to you. So with a Saboteur, you when you're upgrading to even levels, so in this case up to level 2, you can increase the your character's strength. When you're increasing to odd levels, you increase magic. So this is going to take her up to level 2, so I don't want her strength up, so I'm going to just move up to Ravager so she can get her magic bonus. And then I'm just going to do this to so that next time, so that when she can upgrade to a bigger node, she's on level 3, and that's an odd number, so she'll get her magic bonus, but you're not going to be able to see that just yet, so let's just put Sentinel roll. So for there, I will activate that when I've got the next amount of Crystarium points. Right.
E is something that doesn't belong in this town.
So you'll get and now that we've moved on, we'll get some different enemies to fight, and some are really good to capture for various roles. I've just captured one of these things, Garchimacera or Garchimacera, or just how that thing. So we've got a Garchimacera or Garchimacera. I will find out.
Exploring, are we? Might want to be careful in here. Someone spotted a thief in one of the tunnels, deeper in the ruins. We haven't seen a seaside cocoon for several years now. There's definitely something spooky going on here. I hope someone takes care of it soon.
Yeah.
You can handle one of those monsters? Maybe you should just leave it to the soldiers. A creature like that shouldn't even be here. The paradox effect thrown in, there's no telling what it's capable of. Watch your step and be ready for anything.
So, do try and talk to some characters as many characters as you can, because
The paradox is a natural phenomenon, but I think it was created by man. That glowing thing has to be a weapon invented by someone.
talk to them. You'll get some new missions, and it might even unlock you clues to secret areas and stuff like that.
We had some supply stations around here. Then they sort of disappeared. Probably another paradox side effect.
Leave it to me, Kubo!
So this is one of Mog's first skills that you're going to learn. So you come across something that's sort of that looks like it should be there but isn't quite. Like you in that little scene, you saw something like bouncing up and down. So when you come across something like that, press the RB button, and Mog will cast magic and bring it to this time. It's almost like he's spotted something that's in a sort of time paradox. And there we go, we discovered a wild artifact. So you can use that to unlock gates. And this is one of the time gates.
You can't activate the portal without the key. First, we have to figure out what opens this gate.
Oh right, and I remember seeing this one. Say Alyssa.
What about Alyssa?
keeping tabs on us.
What kind of trick are you pulling? Oh, visitors! Can I help you with this?
So with Mog's Moogle hunt, with the Mog, oh, hold on, he spotted
Well, now
something.
she's all flustered. Nice going, buddy.
I'm terribly sorry. I couldn't be more apologetic. I was wrong.
He spotted a treasure chest that's
Idiot.
in a time paradox. So that's the thing, and there we go. We get a nice treasure chest. It's a capsule. Oh, another thing to show you here. Some of their... Oh, actually, no. I'll save it for the next fight. Oh, bollocks! I just did it there. So that thing called Feral Link. When you get a little notification at the side, your monsters can do special attacks. There we just did multicast. So that's Sverg Scandroid's special attack, which can be got to if you've built up something called the Feral Link, which is a little bar you'll see in the battlefield underneath the monster's energy bar.
I think there may be a cemetery somewhere in the ruins. Please tell me if you think you found it.
So yeah, you see underneath Sverg Scandroid's energy bar something called Feral Link. Every time it attacks, it will gradually build up, and then when it's full, that's when you can use their special attack.
Is that it?
Right, I've got a load of monster items, so I should see about... So in the Crystarium, have I got enough to... Oh, yeah, well, let's use that up. And because we've now got a magic node and Sarah's a way to level up an odd number on the Saboteur roll. Just do this, and there she goes. She gets her Saboteur bonus. Yeah, the monsters you've got, some of the items that you get, they're potent droplets. Now they, you get 4 different kinds of items for leveling up your monsters, and they'll be classed under power, magic, or mana, hit points, and potent. So potent will level up all of them. Power 1 will give them a big strength bonus. Mana will give them a big magic bonus, and HP will give them an HP bonus. So depending on what your monster's role is, sort of play about with the various different items that you get. So you get droplets or you get bolts to start with, and then as your monster levels up, when you get Crystarium expansions, the type of item you'll need will change, will alter to like a higher strength thing. That'll make more sense the further we play on the game. So let's take the Sverg Scandroid to start with. So if we just start giving it potent bolts, and every time you do that, it will level up. A potent bonus gives you bonus for everything: hit points, magic, and strength. And then each monster will just level things up differently depending just depending on what kind of enemy it is. Like some of them will get like massive increases in strength or really low. Just when you get the monster, just play about with it as much as you can. And experiment with as many of the monsters as you can. And you'll eventually just sort of find the monsters that you like the most. So I'm just going to just keep using some potent bolts until we've leveled this thing up. Right, so that's all we can do for that thing. Now we're going to use the XIII a lot. So let's give the XIII some of these. So you see, XIII doesn't really get a lot of strength when it levels up, but it does get some nice skills that can be learned. XIII, obviously very handy. Oh, and XIII is at this stage I'm just going to give it a med bonus boost. So we need to get the next strength of monster materials for them to level up, and we don't have any of them. We probably won't get them till a little bit later on in the game. And I've got nothing else to level up just now, so let's just leave it at that. But the only other thing to mention about monsters is you can change them a little bit. So XIII here, go into the things. So adornments, remember some of those things that we've been earning from the live trigger events? You can use them to give them little adornments that make them just make them look a bit cool. They don't really have any effect like increasing strength or anything like that, they just look cool. So if I just give XIII a golden flower, and you can also change the name, so something you can do to avoid confusion, but it won't let you enter the name itself. It will give you a selection of names you can give it, because I just think it's obviously just being total killjoys and not wanting you to give it rude names or anything like that. So give it a random name, Vera. Let's call her Vera. An infusion. Some monsters you can infuse together and they'll get the skills of that monster. It's really only handy to do if you've got monsters of similar type, like I don't have any other medics, so not really much I can infuse, and none of these things have leveled up just now. But say something like the Garchimacera, I'll just, well, whatever that, or however it's pronounced. If you infuse it with let me just check something. No, okay, there's no point in doing that because there's no abilities to infuse. So yeah, some of them have got transferable skills that can be put onto other monsters, and but most of them are like magic and are like defense ones. So we'll have a play about with that later. So let's just plod on through the story. Yeah, the monsters are, I think, one of the best things about this game, because especially if you're sort of like into Pokemon, it feels a bit Pokemonish with like capturing monsters and then training them up to fight with them and stuff. There we go, we've got a Necton crystal.
There's something I just have to make sure of. I can't seal off the ruins. Not yet.
So these capsules, they're something that are part of
You see, it's
a mission.
sort of a personal thing.
Let's just plot on through the story a bit more. Oh, happened there. Suddenly changed to oh, speak to Sarah.
So, about Alyssa, you think we can trust her?
It does kind of feel like she's using us, huh? But that's okay. When I was a kid, I knew a guy around the same age. We didn't get along too well. He was always trying to get me to do his share of the work. Then one day he asked me to go hunting with him. I refused and had enough of being bossed around. So he ended up heading out alone. And that was the last time I saw him. If I had just sucked it up and gone hunting with him, he might still be alive.
No.
So, now I just do my best to help out. It's better than dealing with the alternative. That isn't fun.
Did you know these ruins used to be a big city? And all the way out here on your own, huh? You must be stronger than you look.
Well, that's because we are.
Yes, we are.
partners. Sometimes I save her, sometimes she saves me. Neither of us could have made it this far on our own.
You guys make a good team. Don't forget that.
See ya.
Gate leads to another reality. Does that mean there's another
Yeah,
me somewhere in that world?
Kupo's on the case. Mog's on the
Think about it
case.
sometimes. I mean, maybe I don't really exist, and I'm just a character in the real me's dream.
Yep. Let me just have a look at this gate, because there's 3 warp gates in this area. They all take you to different places. 2 of them were for storyline progression, and one of them's just an optional place that you can go to get nicer things. But you'll have to go there if you want to. Oh, it's not letting me. It's not letting me interact with the gate, so let's just move
I
on.
can't imagine people having lived here.
Excuse me. Is this another Pulsework soldier? Or is a Pulsework knight? It's slightly different from the things we were fighting in the. Yeah, we were fighting in the whatchamacallit, New Bodom. Where that head spin's not a nice attack. Oh. Bolt and radio bearing, yes. Yeah, as well as potions and monster material, you'll get other random items which you can use to. Oh.
They say the thief was seen in the tunnels further in. Did spot anything?
Just talking more about the Seath. You get other random items that you can use for various things. Some of them will help you get better weapons.
We've detected a large energy surge in the center of the ruins. Another unknown device has appeared.
Did the device appear along with Atlas? If Atlas is a weapon built by humans, they must have designed a way to stop it.
And that machine showing up is no coincidence.
Right.
Two choices. We try that new device and hope it controls Atlas. Or do it the old-fashioned way and fight him head-on. No regrets, no looking back.
Right, let me just have a look if this is a live trigger event that I need to say something specific for. Such a faff to find. Oh, right, here we go. Check it. We fight Atlas head or take our chance. What does Mog think?
Hey Mog, what do you think about all this?
I think I like Sarah more than I like Noel. Kupo.
Ouch. You know I have feelings, right?
Okay, that was interesting. Ooh, Dendroblum. No, get rid of the Garchamaceras. They're the easier to defeat. Dendroblums are a nightmare, especially this early in the game, because they can cast a curse on you, and they've got a lot of HP. Oh, not close enough. What's in this treasure chest? Yeah, by the way, I would strongly advise that you don't go running on straight ahead to try and take down Atlas, because he will wipe you out. Oh, that's just another person talking about the Seath. Hope this will be easy. There we go. You're just going to mention more
Sorry, I
about the
can't
sea.
deal with you right now. I'm in the middle of a crisis here. One of my men lost an experimental drug that our unit was testing. It's a reaction-enhancing substance, the kind of thing that civilians shouldn't be playing around with. If the substance was stolen, there's no telling where it will end up. We have to retrieve it immediately.
2 capsules.
Search
Oh,
for the capsules? We could certainly use an extra hand or two. We're missing 2 capsules. They look just like ordinary medicine. If you find them, bring them directly to me.
and would you know, I've already found 2
Yes,
capsules.
The capsules we lost. That's a load off. We should count our lucky stars they didn't make it to the black market. When we misplaced the substance, it set back our testing schedule. Now it looks like we have a chance to get back in the field. Thanks to you, we've avoided a lot of backlash. This isn't much, but please take it.
There's a first fragment of this area, actually. Interesting. Needs to have a good rummage around everywhere. Easy. Yeah, a lot of the battles in this game are a lot easier. Oh, yep, I can see it there.
Giddy up.
Oh. Should I take... Well, let me just check our Crystarium. See if it's worth braving taking that Seath down now. Or if we should wait a little bit. I'm just gonna... let me just check I've got let me just change the paradigms around a bit. I think we could do with an extra sentinel, but have we got enough to... Have we got any things that we can give it to? I can give it a couple of things to give. Right, okay, let's give this thing a try. I'll just... Right, might be a good idea to have extra healing, so let's give this a go. And in comes the old Final Fantasy 13 music. So you'll want to stagger this thing as quickly as possible, as per usual. This is coming across as quite an easy fight so far. Its energy is going down quite quickly, and it is taking a long time to stagger. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, for some reason a medic can... Ah, there we go. That was actually a pretty easy fight. And that gets us another fragment, a gassed fragment. So let's try again and get that. There we go. So we've got another treasure chest. Star pendant, nice. That protects against poison. Oh, that's what's happening here.
Hey Noel, is Atlas used in some war that happens in the future?
Let me think. Yeah, I remember this.
Are you forgetting stuff?
My memories are unreliable. There are events I should remember, but my memory is hazy, like I'm seeing them through fogged glass. But not this time. I remember this one. There was a war, hundreds of years before I was born. That's when Cocoon crashed into Pulse.
Okay, is this a live trigger we need to say something specific to? The future is to say stop joking around.
Are you joking?
You'll know when I'm telling a joke. Trust me.
If we travel to the future, maybe we can stop it.
Who's to say what's possible? That could be the reason we're here in the first place.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I thought I was seeing another hidden object, but I think it was just the water dripping effect on this gate. So. Now, these hoplites, if you can tame one of them, they are actually quite useful early on in the game because they're very easy to max out, and they, for the level that you're at, they do level up quite highly. But they're not going to drop anything just now. But the only downside is because they max out so early, they're not really useful for later on in the game, but they do have some nice abilities that you can infuse with other enemies, so it's worth farming them for some monster basically for improving your monsters with infusion. But they are quite tough to beat at this early stage because they are quite powerful hitters. Let's quickly switch this because we're getting battered about a bit. But there we go, there's one. Turned into a crystal. Right, let's get this treasure chest. Orange newsboy cap, that's another enemy adornment, or monster adornment. Switch to this. Get this thing staggered quickly. Get this to get our 2 commandos up. He'll pretty much saw it off all by himself. And we've got a pulse work night crystal.
Found the capsule in the room. Reports say you handled that thief in the room.
Weird machine. Must be it.
So, here we go. So this is a machine that will help you weaken Atlas so that you can defeat him a bit easier. So that hand's grabbed them into a time paradox.
Where are we?
A time labyrinth, Kupo?
I think we're inside the paradox.
Oh no.
We have to figure out the labyrinth and its puzzles before we can get out. Kupo?
Okay, so at various different points in the game you're going to come across puzzles like this. Something called temporal rifts. They're divided into 3 different types of puzzles. There's like this maze one where you have to run around. This particular rift features disappearing floor. Any tile you pass will fade into nothing, so think carefully about the route you must take, and you have to collect all the crystals before reaching the exit portal. So first ones are quite easy, so grab that, run along, grab that, and there we go. So there's this one, grab that, grab that, grab that, and then run up here. Right, so for this one, grab these, grab that, this one, and then up. Now I can assure you they're not all that easy. The further you go, the harder and harder these ones will get. And there's also two other different types of puzzles. There's like a picture puzzle and there's a clock puzzle. And the clock puzzles are a nightmare. But we'll worry about that when we come to them.
The machine's working.
Let's see what it does, yeah?
Let's.
So from that you'll get another fragment. So let's activate this machine.
Hope this actually lets us control Atlas.
All we can do is pray. Here goes nothing.
Finally! Can you hear me now? It looks like Atlas is starting to slow down a little.
Yes, this could be our chance.
Right, so now you have to go out and then take Atlas down, because he's been weakened considerably. Just head out and take
Some
the...
say that time is a box full of possibilities. Until someone from the future peeks inside, the past remains uncertain. You know what I think? We're just one of those
Ow.
That wasn't even a warm-up.
And I think this paradox phenomenon.
Found the
Nice.
capsule in the ruins. Well, they learned that all thieves were once normal human beings.
These things. These things are pretty easy. There we go. If you need to get any potions or anything, there's Chocolinas there.
If it's the giant you want to take down, then take a look around.
Don't think. Ooh. Oh yes. Got some. I've. It's a bit naughty, but I've downloaded a few things from the online, and there's a selection of unique weapons you can get from the downloads. So I've just bought a load and get some potent droplets. And I'll use
You
some
know
of...
I'm counting on.
Let's do a little Crystarium expansion before we take Atlas down. So let's Commando, Aero, And there's another. Ooh, rabbit. Oh, no, we don't have enough stadium points. So. Wound. Nice. Oh, let's. Or that so. Let's get. Oh, don't have enough. Right, let's give him the Sverg Scandroid more potent bolts. Oh, let's just give it a Ravager bonus boost. Right. Let's carry on leveling up this little soldier with potent bolts. I'm going to give these mana droplets to the Space Sicilian from the Bresha Ruins. Oh, that's a nice mana boost it gets. Gale Strike, that's a handy thing to have. Let's just give it. Yeah, you'll notice that at certain points the amount of items you need to increase. Like, I need 2 of the droplets to level up. Just gonna keep, and now they've gone up to 3. And there's the Space Sicilian has let's give that thing the Ravager bonus boost. And ooh, it's up to 113. I'm just gonna use up all these potent droplets on this thing. No, I don't have any more, but I think I'm going to change. But I think I'm going to change the Sverg Scandroid to the Space Sicilian because it's a slightly stronger Ravager. Right. With that, let's go and trape down.
There he is!
And not looking too happy.
The good thing, because you weakened him. Oh, ouch. No, oh, didn't mean to do that. Because you weakened him quite a bit. He's got really doesn't have a lot of hit points, so switch to this because that's let's switch to this now. Do a lot of switching of let's go punch again, so ouch. Switch to this. Hit your clock. Yeah, the quicker you can do those barrel links, the higher damage percentage you can do. And I think he's going to do another hit. Ouch. Switch to this, get some healing on. Oh, especially for Noel's taking a hell of a bashing there. Oh, now Refreshing Rain is a really nice feral link from that because that heals you up and puts I think that's Veil on, which makes you which makes it less likely to be hit by status effects. And now switch back to this because it's almost staggered. Oh. Switch to this because it's down. Let's switch back to this and gives pile on the damage. And this thing, yeah, that's it done.
We did it!
Not yet, don't get cocky. Cinematic action coming up.
No!
I'm on it! Hey!
What the?
How did we get here?
No! Look out!
Move!
Press the wrong button there.
I think I found his weak spot. Ready?
Do it!
Wait for it.
Now!
Cinematic action, perfect. That is Atlas defeated. Did it a bit quicker, but he go.
Whoa! Now what?
Paradox is dissipating. I wonder what caused the paradox effect.
This is just a theory, but I think there might be someone out there derailing history and bending the timeline. That's why Atlas and these gates are appearing out of nowhere.
Let's have a look and see if there's anything. Now it says listen to the voice. That isn't one of the options, so I think you just say anything here.
Who would do something like that?
I don't know. Someone who has the power to change history. And since we can use the gates, we'll have to stop him.
This ability to control monsters and use the gates. Could it be a gift from lightning?
We'll just have to find her so you can ask her yourself.
Right. And just one last thing to do.
We took Atlas down. That place you were looking for is right in front of us.
That's great news! I'm on my way!
So, examine this.
There's an epitaph. Here lie the innocent victims of chance, cast out and cast down. May their souls find the path that leads them home.
Cast out. These must be victims of the purge. This is it! This is the place! I thought I might be... But that's not my name. Then whose is it?
Kupu.
It's my friend's. She died here, running from the purge.
And me? I'm one of those who survived. 5 years ago, the entire town of Bodum, it was wiped out by the army. I was there, visiting my friend. Then everything went to hell. We ran and hid with the other fugitives. But just as the troops were pulling out, that's when the ceiling of our hiding place collapsed. Ever since then, I've had the same dream. I'm trapped under rubble. It's dark. I'm in pain and I can barely breathe. The next thing I know, I rise out of my body and I'm standing before this grave. And the name written on the stone, was mine. After seeing that image so many times, I started to think that maybe I did die back then, and the life I'm living now is just an illusion.
Alyssa, you feel that way too?
Well, you seem real to me.
Real enough,
Find out by
I guess.
poking her in the head.
Even if they all forget, I never will.
Neither will I. I can never forget. The events that scarred Alyssa were started by Lassie. If I had never become a Lassie, if I had never made those mistakes, then the purge, well, it may never have happened. Lightning, is there any way to make up for the suffering we've caused? Can we ever give back what we've taken?
All of a sudden the rain's cleared up. Some fragments have been revealed now.
Okay then. I think that wraps things up for Alyssa. Now for our little quest.
Right.
Let's find an artifact and open a gate.
So, where should we look?
Well, now we've cleared up the paradox effect. It's possible those sneaky artifacts have come out of hiding. Let's try searching those areas we couldn't reach.
Time for some Moogle magic. Kupo!
Huh?
Mog, you can help? You're a lifesaver.
Kupo Kupo!
Okay, so there's one artifact bouncing up and down there. There's a little box here. I think might be the life trigger reward. Chocobo figurine. Hey, I've made all the right choices, so
Over there, Mog.
Moogle, do your thing. An eclipse artifact.
Nice, Mog.
Take you to a gate. Speak to this
Have
guy.
you heard of the silver petal? It's an extremely rare plant that blooms with stunning silvery flowers. My niece has been pestering me, saying she wanted to see one for real. So, when I heard they grow in this area, I decided to go look for it. But I'd forgotten one thing. The silver petal only blooms when the weather is cold and snow is falling. Seems I've completely missed the season. I don't suppose you could find it anywhere right now. You see, that niece I mentioned is such a selfish and demanding little princess. But the pouty thing she does is just so cute. What's her favorite uncle supposed to do? Oh? You'll go look for one for me? Is it snowing somewhere that I don't know about? Well, I won't hold out too much hope.
So yeah, there's one of the, there's a, you can come back to Bresha Ruins in the future where it's snowing, but worry about that later. But I've got no choice but to fight this. I'm just going to show you a couple more things before we wrap up this broadcast, because it's been going on for nearly an hour. So you probably saw that little question mark bouncing in the background. That's another fragment. We'll get to that later. Yep, see there, bouncing in the background. It's another fragment. Oh, this. Albino lobos, right. They're quite a rare enemy here. Quite difficult to defeat, but oh shit. Quite difficult to defeat, but if you do, if we can capture one of them, they are really good ravagers. Yes! We've got one! Oh shit, Sarah's been knocked out though. Shit, here.
I'm in trouble.
Switch. Ah! Fuck. Okay, got too cocky there. Let's retry that. But, oh, that's annoying, because I just...
Giddy up.
They'd actually managed to capture one. Not to worry, I will persevere running around to get this area. Reunion artifact.
Way to go, bobblehead.
Now for the gate.
So there's two gates you can access. There's that one that we saw in the middle bit, just up here. These gremlins are also very useful as ravagers as well.
No one's hurt, right?
Apart from the enemies we just killed.
Could be this paradox effect has been messing with those supplies. That one has been dealt with, but the gate...
Ugh, another one. Oh, two of them. Bloody hell. Dendrobiums are... quite annoying.
So Atlas
Right.
wasn't the cause of the paradox.
Let's head
There
to
has
this
to be
gate.
something else. Something even bigger.
This first gate activated.
Yes, it worked. Sarah, you okay?
It's nothing. I'm fine, really. Just tired, I guess.
Right. Somehow I kind of doubt it's nothing.
Just having visions of the future.
We unraveled the paradox and continued on to another time, another place. But why had these gates appeared? Who had tangled the timelines, and for what purpose? We still didn't know. Why am I able to fix these temporal anomalies, bend monsters to my will? Why do I have this power at all? I'll keep traveling with Noel, knowing that we'll find you eventually. So Lightning, if you're watching, do what you can to guide us to your side.
after this, I think I'll end this
Right in the
broadcast.
place
It's
where lightning is waiting.
been going on for
Where do you think
65
we'll end
minutes.
up
That's
this time? The future? The past?
possibly the
I
longest
have
video
no
I've
idea.
done.
With all this jumping back and forth, I'm not sure I know which is which anymore. But the past is what makes us who we are. Defines us as people. The future that we're aiming for, that's the thing we can change. No matter how bad things have been, without that past, I wouldn't be who I am now.
That makes sense.
So Sarah, you shouldn't feel like you're wasting your time. Even if we don't arrive in Valhalla, there's still value in every path we take.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But hey, I won't complain if we do end up there. All this running around is exhausting.
Hey, never mind.
Nice me.
Just be honest with yourself. If you are, you'll be sure to arrive in the future you want.
Sarah, forgive me. That was a past you never should have had to deal with. But now, because of your courage, the timelines have one less knot to unravel. If I could, I would thank you for what you have accomplished. But I can't. Not just yet.
Right, so we're going to get back to the Historia Crux, and a new pathway should have opened. To the Yashis Massif 10AF. But I've been on this video for too long, so I'm going to finish this broadcast and do a little bit of grinding in the Bresha Ruins for a bit. So thanks very much for watching. Oh yeah, I'll talk more about these three in this later, but these are actually downloaded content. So they're extra things. Time to finish this broadcast, so thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon for another video.